You are looking to change your template on your Squarespace website. And look, I have helped build over 300 websites on the platform, so I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about how to make this happen and be able to get rid of any frustration or escalate your frustration in just the next few moments. Stick around, you're gonna wanna know everything we're gonna cover right now. With that, I do wanna say, I do have a promo link down below if you haven't signed up yet and you want an extra 20 or 25% off your annual plan. Use that first link down below, especially if you find value from this video. This is the content I get to do for free to help people like you. Now, as you can see, I've helped over 25,000 people, or helped in this case, but you can see here, this has pissed off a lot of people. Pro tip, there is no way to just swap templates. The end. My man avoided at all costs, just saying you have to start anew with a template and copy everything, which I don't agree with. I'll show you what I mean in a second. This is one video. Another video I have is this one. Isn't there an option to just switch the templates? I can't find the template page. We'll take a look at that. Wow, this is just crazy. In 2025, going into 2026, how can you do this? This is insane. I'm gonna cancel. This pisses off a lot of people, but I'm gonna walk you through right now exactly how you could create the site that you want with your Squarespace site. And just be as clear as possible, there is no template button. There is no button that you could click to switch a template, but actually this is a great thing. Now, when you go to Squarespace, you take a look at their website and you build a website. Which one, where should I start? Let's go here, website templates. You take a look at all these templates and you say, man, I really like one specific template here. And then you start using that. But later on, you're like, oh, I really like this other one. And then you go through that process. The thing is, before, maybe 3-4 years ago, when you worked on Squarespace, there were actual different templates, which meant if you chose the wrong template, you would not have features that you may want on your website. The best part about Squarespace today is that no longer exists. That problem is gone. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Anything you see on any of these sites, you can use on your website. As long as it is a brand new Squarespace site, you could use it on your site. The difference then does come down to themes and the design, not the template itself. So I think this is more on them. When you go to this page and you see templates, you think you want to change templates, this is kind of like a misnomer. It's the wrong name for what it is. These are not templates, these are themes. And so it gets really confusing. And I do think they could do a better job of how you execute what I'm about to show you. But let me give you the lay of the land. I'm gonna do a high level overview of how you make this switch. If you want the in-depth tutorial, I'll have a video, the first video linked down below, which is my 21-minute walkthrough. This video right here, it's 21 minutes. Squarespace changed templates in 7.1, step-by-step guide. This will take you through every little detail that I'm about to highlight. But there is one thing I don't say in this video that is a new feature that will make it easier for you. So let's get into it right now. All right, the first thing is this. Let's say this is the template we started with and where we're at. What you're gonna wanna do is if you wanted to change template, where that button would have been under styles, or if you click this paintbrush, they both take you to the same spot. So I'm gonna click. And then when this menu opens up on the right-hand side, this is where everything lives. Now, the closest thing to a template, there's no template change here, but the closest thing is gonna be themes. So if I click on this, this is where you could start to see the changes. Now, I have this design page here, and I was already doing this. This is actually my second take of this video, but you could see here of all these different sections I have that are based on my current theme, but I wanna switch it to a different look. Well, I could click on one of these, and you'll see as soon as I click into it, the buttons change, the fonts change, the spacing changes, the colors change, the forms change. Everything has adjusted according to this theme, which they call is more playful. Let's go down here and just click on this one here. Again, this is a completely different look and feel for this website now, out of just literally one click, which is pretty powerful for you to get something that you may love pretty quickly and easily. Then from there, you could do further customizations by going into the fonts, colors, buttons, or forms and making those edits. So for example, if I want the font to be a different font for the header, I'll just click the arrow. I would not click on this because it just gives you more presets. But if you want to actually customize it exactly, you click into it, then you could click on heading, then you could click on the font, and then from there, you could come in here and type in the font that you want, and then match it to the style that you want, and boom, just like that, I would just basically start to copy and paste all those styles. Now, you're saying, well, how do I know what styles they are? This is how. Go to the template, find the one you love. Let's say it's this one here, and you want to duplicate one of these sections. Click on it. You could play with this if you want, but if you love that, just start with the design. You get a free trial, so you can start as many sites as you want and then just delete them later. start a brand new website. This is my third website I just started in the last 20 minutes or so. Start the brand new site and boom, come into styles and go find the exact section of what you want to copy. So here, this is called Square Display. Weight is 500, line height is 1.2, negative 0.03 E. And then we could come back here and look at these styles. So let's go back here and then I'll do Square Display. All right, additional fonts. Don't know why it's hidden, but it's hidden. All right, we'll do that. And then here, this is 500, 1.2, and then this was negative 0.03 EM. Perfect. And then you could start to play with the fonts. But just like that, I'm starting to build out the look and feel the way I like. Again, the other video will take you in depth on that. But here is the magic of Squarespace that no other platform does. So I hope this helps. Let me go out of the site styles and go back into the editor. So here, when you see all the blue lines, that means I'm in the editor. One new feature that I don't mention in the other video that I love is something called saved sections. So let's take a look here. This section, I really want this on my other template, my actual site. All right, so I'll click the heart here. And then instead of saving this section to this site, I'll do my account. And then you can name it or whatever, and then I'll hit save. From there, I'll go back to my main site. I'm just gonna hit save on these changes here and exit out of it because I just want the page to refresh. So now the page is refreshed. I will go down here and hit add section. Then I'll click on save section. Now you'll see, there's nothing here because I haven't saved anything on this site. But if I go to my account, I have saved this section. And if you notice, it actually pulled the right colors, the brand font and styling from this website, which is amazing. So now I have this section added to my website just like that. And you could do that for as many sections as you want. I think there's an upper limit of how many sections you could have saved, but you could delete old save sections and rinse and repeat basically. It is really, really easy once you master those few things. So you basically have to switch up site styles to match what you want, then go from there. Save sections just makes it so easy to take those next steps. I think that is all for now. To give a full overview, you could do a more in-depth walkthrough of like copying and pasting every single section. That becomes a lot of work, or every single block on a section. But with save sections, it just made it way easier to do this and be able to have a site that you love exactly the way you want. Now, you can't mix and match colors at scale. So if I try to go back to the Squarespace templates and then look at the other pages, I can't, for example, let's go in here. I can't, for example, have a look and feel of this template alongside this template, alongside this template. That is just a sign of being a DIYer, which is you're trying to use like 10 different things on one site. It's not possible. You can't have this like more elegant, sophisticated feel with more of this like hustle, like creative feel in terms of this is like a really big, bold font, and this is a really small serif font. They're totally different. And so that's just a decision you have to make as for your brand as you're designing your website. With that, I hope this is helpful. I hope the comments down below are a little bit nicer, and I hope this gets you to the next spot with what you want with your Squarespace site. Again, if you are getting started on Squarespace, there is a 20 or 25% discount on an annual plan if you use the link and the promo code down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.